Nakabalik na sa bansa ang two-time Winter Olympian nating si Michael Martinez. Lumaban si Martinez sa ongoing Pyeongchang Winter Olympics kung saan nagtapos siya sa 28th place sa men's figure skating event. Hindi man siya nakapasok sa next round ng event, marami naman ang humanga sa naging performance ni Michael. And here to talk about his Pyeongchang Winter Olympics experience is none other than Michael Martinez himself. Michael, good evening and welcome back to The Score.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure always.
And I heard that you just came back yesterday.
Yes,
and,
that is true.
You've been very busy today, being on Head Start and guesting on Upfront. So thank you so much for extending your time and spending it here with us on The Score.
Of course.
All right, Michael, let's talk about the whole experience of being in Pyeongchang. I heard that initially you had no plans of participating in the event and that during the time that you were told you were going to participate, you were bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So can you tell me about that? When did the inspiration to start building up your body begin? And tell me what happened when all of a sudden you heard the news that you were going to participate in Pyeongchang.
All right, so I mean, right after the Nebelhorn Trophy, which is Germany competition, it was like around end of August.
Okay.
So I was like short for the points for qualifying for the Winter Olympics. So I was like, okay, that's fine. You know what? It's, if it's maybe it's fate, it's destiny. Maybe it's not meant to be. So I was like, okay, and then I have to switch. I started getting my normal job, started doing bodybuilding, switching from that, because that's like the second thing that I really like.
Yeah.
So I did bodybuilding. I bulked up to 165 to 100, almost 170 pounds.
From around 145?
145 pounds.
Okay.
So it was a huge bulk.
Yeah.
I think around January 23rd,
okay.
The federation, the Philippine Olympic Committee messaged me that, yo, Michael, you made it. I was like, it was like 7:30 in the morning.
Okay.
I was waking up for work, and I was like, I was flipped out my bed. I was like, whoa, no way. I was like, I just felt ecstatic. My emotions just bursting out. So what I did, I opened my box and just picked up my skates and then just went straight to the ring and told my coach, Coach, we are in. And he was having a lesson. He was like, what? Yeah. No way. Everybody in the ring, they're all happy for me. He was super excited. My coach was like, okay, give me 5 minutes. I'll finish my lesson. Let's go. Let's go. We were rushing. It was very difficult for me actually, because from bodybuilding and going back to figure skating, it was a very difficult thing, because you would imagine that you would use the same muscles, but no, because figure skating uses a different kind of set of muscles. So when I was my first day back, my body was just in pain, blisters, bruises everywhere, nonstop falling. It was just crazy. I don't know how I was able to do it, but
yeah. You know what? It's kind of mind-boggling to me that you, Michael Martinez, actually thought about a life beyond figure skating. So you were really ready to let it go.
Well, yeah. I mean, you really have to be ready for anything that's gonna happen in your life. You can't just do one thing in your life. You have to give yourself another backup, and so that you can continue living, basically.
All right. So when you found out, how much time did you have to actually prepare for Pyeongchang?
Honestly, it was just 2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks. Wow. And you were already that heavy, so you had to lose so much weight to get back to your usual, what you were usually used to when you compete.
Yeah, it was like a massive switch of diet and everything. Thankfully, that was when I switched from bodybuilding. I was able to have the knowledge about the nutrients and everything, everything that is needed. So I was able to use that knowledge and able to use that diet to be able to prepare for the competition. So I was like, I don't know, it was just amazing to see that I was able to do it. I was able to lose my weight, my muscles. I was not eating as much. Everything's just And then when I went to the games, when I first came there, I was just like super happy, almost in tears, that I'm actually here. I'm actually doing it again. So I went back. So I went for my first practice.
Yeah.
And it was very hard, honestly. You know, because you would see the other skaters would do the same thing that you used to do, and you know that you could do better than that, but now you can't. So it was a very difficult time for me, but still, I still pushed myself. And like when I was running in the treadmill for like 2 to 3 hours to lose my weight and everything, what's going on through my mind was just like, Michael, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, Michael, do it for your country, do it for, like, I'm just pushing myself. I'm just like in pain, my legs are dead. I'm just like, no, I can do this, I can do this. But yeah, and then went to the competition and I did it.
Yeah, and a lot of people actually described your performance as flawless. As in, that's what I've been hearing, that's what I've been reading. But unfortunately, the judges had other things in mind. So what can you take from that whole experience of having that type of performance that the entire country described as flawless, but then not being able to achieve your goal? But then, of course, it was a tough goal to begin with, considering the things that you had to go through before that.
Yeah. I mean, 2.5 weeks to prepare for the Winter Games, it's something really unthinkable. You know, it's a miracle to be able to perform there. So not just like the country is surprised and, you know, really happy about my performance, it's just because pretty much, I guess, a lot of people in this world are surprised, especially athletes go through, you know, they go to me and talk to me like, Michael, this is sacrifice, you know, this is like, you're killing yourself. Like, this is impossible. Judges came up to me like, wow, you're doing it. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I mean, usually it takes 2 to 3 months for you to be able to get back the jumps that normal jumps that you can, and then you need 2 months at least for you to be able to prepare like stamina and everything, choreography, to be able to compete. So at least that's like 5-6 months for preparation, and which I did only in 2.5 weeks. And I would really say that I'm really happy with my performance because, like, you know, I was able to do the triples and put out a good performance. Yeah.
Well, anytime a Filipino is representing the entire country in an event like that, that is watched by people from all over the world, it's huge for our country.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just you who represented the Philippines there. Asa Miller was also there, and I'm just curious. Did you meet Asa, and what was it like interacting with a fellow Filipino over there?
You know, honestly, I'm really, really happy that, you know, we have a representative for the Philippines, and I was able to meet him when we did the welcome ceremony at the Pyeongchang, Korea. Yeah, he's a pretty cool guy, you know, he's pretty chill, and I'm pretty happy that, you know, he was able to make it and able to represent our country, so yeah.
Did you guys get to hang out, talk about other things aside from the event itself?
No, honestly, like, we're both busy and I'm more focused on what I needed to do. Like, I honestly just locked myself down, basically after practice, workout, training, focus, like choreography, went back home, no hangout. Like, I didn't hang out, I didn't even talk to anybody. My coach is like, what's going on, Michael? I'm like, coach, like, I have to focus.
So you were really in the zone when you were over there. All right, Michael, I have to ask you this, and I know it's not easy. It's not an easy question too. It's not an easy task, but since you've been through so much with the sport and everything in your life, I want to ask you, what does it take for a Filipino or anybody to achieve that Olympic medal?
I mean, it's really unpredictable for you to be able to get an Olympic medal or any, you know, medal in a competition. It's very unpredictable because it really depends on how you train. It really depends on how you perform and how you know, compete out there. It really depends. You know, you can't really say. So, yeah.
Well, whatever happened over there in Pyeongchang, Michael, we're proud of you, and I'm very excited to see what the future holds for Michael Martinez. Thank you so much for coming back here to The Score, and it's good to see a smile on your face, and I'll see you again soon. For more sports updates, keep watching The Score, and don't forget to subscribe.